Record here. Record here. We are live. We are live right now. We're recording our podcast. I think this is 103, 104, something like that. Let's just say 4. I know it's more than that, but you know what I'm talking about. We live right now. Before anybody leaves, our topic today, let me read it for you. Why specialty coffee is destroying the coffee industry. Ooh, yeah. I'm talking about it. And you're wondering why I am saying that. You'll know soon. You'll know soon, okay? But we're going to be talking about, let's just talk about some updates of anything. And then we'll just get into it, right? But I'm doing great. Oki's doing great. Let me get really comfortable. Got my cup of coffee right here. Recording audio, and then also recording video. I know I haven't showed much of these videos lately, but from you guys really don't watch them, so I stopped putting them up. Now I will get back on it. I will get back putting more of the videos up and all that good stuff, just because I want to do something a little different for the video podcast, even though it's the same podcast that you get from the audio. That dog. But yeah, again, I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different. We'll see how it works out and everything. But Amazon, let's talk about Amazon. Amazon is fine. No real complaints. It's just taking a lot longer. I thought I could do things by myself without my representative, but I've been taking initiatives to move forward without her. I got back on Amazon. They started charging me, which is fine. So like they start sending me the ads and all that good stuff too, which is good, you know. That's what you got to do. You got to pay to play, right? Ooh, it's interesting. At Brazilian, we'll talk about that too. So the listings needed to be done again. ASINs are not separated. So once the ASINs are separated, change the title, some of the description, and then I think we'll be on our way to switching everything to FBA, and then getting reviews, and then embarking on our journey with Amazon. So YouTube is fine. No real complaints. I just like making the material, even though there's not as many views. It's dipping right now, but it is what it is. It's fine. I'm not too heartbroken about that. I will tell you now, if you haven't heard it yet, this first time hearing it, that I'm gonna commit to 2 videos a week. It's gonna be either Sunday or Monday, and then Thursday. But more likely it's gonna be Sunday and Thursday, something like that. 2 videos a week. I think Thursday will be more so like a tip trip type of thing. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that works and everything, right? But that's what I'm thinking about. I have so many videos to like curate, edit, because again, I do this every day. So when you do things every day, and not everything's going to be a gym, I more so use it for reps in the tank, getting practice in, getting better in front of the camera, communicating my message a lot better, and then go from there. Because I really don't script my videos. I have an idea of what I'm trying to do, and then I just talk. And I think that's helpful because you can tell when somebody's scripting ideas and not really feeling too comfortable with what they're talking about. And they, it just doesn't gel right. But I am still getting better at this. I'm still learning the YouTube algorithms. And the beauty about all the stuff that I'm doing right now is that even though certain things are not getting the views that I hope they would, it's okay. Like, for instance, I did a video, not this week, last week, about my origin story to coffee, like how I came to know coffee. And it was a story, I always say stories tell a story, give value. That one did okay. But the beauty of that video is that now I can use that video and take it and put it on my about page. So now somebody has the words, and they also have the actual video of me talking about the love of coffee, how I came to love coffee, and all that good stuff. So there's so many different benefits. Or if somebody wants to come by and ask me about tips and tricks or things like that, or something that is right on par with what they're trying to find a solution to, I can send them the video. And then stuff like that. So, and then that's the beauty of YouTube, having an archive and kind of figuring things out and understanding the things that we're really trying to do for people. It's for me too, but it's for people, you know, so help them along their journey. Yeah, this is amazing. I'll tell you why this coffee is amazing. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, I can hear myself a lot better. Even more so. Um, what are the other things that we're gonna be discussing, talking? Just busy. Just like being busy, getting things done, putting the material out there. If you don't know already, I do have a lot of blog posts already that I've written, and I think they're pretty good. And they're on the website, so you can check them out and everything. Let me know what you think. If you want to, you don't have to. Just letting you know that it's out there. A lot of times, one thing I realize is that people don't know when things are live or out there for them. So that's kind of like more so me kind of trying to be helpful as much as I can. So, what is the other thing that I want to talk about before we get into the topic? Oh, fuck it. Let's just get into the topic. Oh, I did do a video yesterday about cupping, a rant. I think it went really well. Probably a couple edits here and there, but it's 24 minutes long. I'm not going to really cut much of anything. Go ahead, bleep the curse words for sure. And then, yeah. So let's get into the topic. Let's just get into it. I just thought about it a little bit yesterday as I was doing my thing. And like I said, I really don't script these or anything. I just kind of just have a title, kind of have an idea of what I want to talk about. And we just talk and we'll see how it goes. So this topic or this idea or logic came from the Mr. Coffee experiment, which there's a video already out. I'll probably do 2 videos, one more and then another, and that's it for that thing. Give people the ultimate recipe and then the Mr. Coffee recipe for pour over, something like that. A homage to the Mr. Coffee machine or automatic drip machines. But yeah, okay, so I put that video out. I made that probably like a month and a half ago. And I said, it's time. Let's just go and put it out there. And I've been spending over a week just trying to figure out this machine. And I didn't want to play around with it as much. I just wanted to kind of see if I can mimic it as much as I can with the specialty gear that I have. Use my mimic it, meaning that I can either still use a Hario V60 or the April Brewer, because I can still use the filters. That's the most important thing, the filters, because they fit perfectly fine in the Hario V60. And then also like the April Brewer because it's a flat bottom. Still hate the ridges, but the point is that the coffee mimics the same type of shape as a Mr. Coffee brewing basket. So that's the reason why I did or doing the things that I'm doing, because I want to try to mimic it as much as possible. I thought that it's going to be 175, 170 degrees. So I landed 170 degrees, played around with grinds. Coarse grind really wasn't doing it. It's a fast brew. It's essentially one pour, just one continuous pour, no bloom, nothing like that. And I was mostly not getting anywhere until I finally realized it's like, okay. In order to make this work, you're going to have to go finer. And then as you go finer, that should increase the extraction. But one thing I did realize too is that for the most part, Mr. Coffee machine is not really designed for a light roasted coffee. The reason why is because light roast, a lot of times, you can play around with coarseness and all that stuff, but you have to take the elements and the things that are in front of you as they are. meaning that you can't make or manipulate a machine if it is what it is, meaning that I made a point to not modify this machine because who else is going to really modify the machine? Nobody. Nobody else is going to really modify the machine. You have to use the machine the way it is presented to you. You have to understand the machine. So essentially, I had to like really geek out and really try to dig deep and understand what I was doing with this machine. This is not a specialty graded machine. You know, when you look at it in the simplest form, it's plastic, right? Which most things are plastic. So let's get past that snobbiness, right? Because I have it too. The heating element is at the bottom, and it brews just fast. And from what I gather, when I was doing the temp check, I thought I was more accurate than what it was, but the temperature was just everywhere, bouncing this way, that way, this way, this way, that way, this way. It just kind of, I couldn't pinpoint it of like really what the temperatures were. The only thing I could really do is kind of like do temperature reading in the brew basket, which is not always best because the brew basket is cold, so it's a false reading. So I put thermometer on the shower head, and like I said, it was kind of everywhere. So I was really just trying to really understand the machine. Trust me, I went through the gauntlet with that thing. Wow, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I'll tell you about that. I wonder if I think it's on the verge of being just perfect, the way it's extracted and its flavors are what they are. But you have to work with the machine. You have to understand that this machine is what it is, and there's more drawbacks than positives. But there are positives in the machine to the where you can actually make a good cup of coffee as it is. It's a fast brew. I don't like fast brews, but I'm coming around them because there's benefits in everything of a fast brew. You don't have to really worry about a bloom. If you get the grind setting just right, then you're going to get some really tasty coffee. And the coffees are seeming to be a little bit more sweeter than what I'm used to, because I do like 2 to 3 pulses usually. But I did the exact same thing on my like Hario B60 Switch April Brewer, just mimicking it. So I would like literally just pour straight in the middle. And I just noticed like, oh, wow, if I pour straight in the middle, most of the grounds in the middle are going to be over extracted, and the ones on the side are not going to be extracted much. So that's how you kind of play around with some of that stuff in order to really understand the coffee. So it was time. It was time to actually stop playing around with other gear that's not a Mr. Coffee machine or something like it. It was time to really see if this machine can really do something. So knowing me, I just measured it out. After I measured it out, put in the coffee. And then after I did that, I'm working with just really low, like a 2 cup. And I put my first cup in there, my Mexican coffee. And I really enjoyed it. And I was really shocked. I was surprised. I was like, wait. Interesting. It kind of works. Then I got the TDS, the extraction. First time I did it was like 15%. I was going for 20, but it still was tasty. I was like, okay, I'm going to go with a finer coarseness. I'm going to try it the next day. Grinded coffee, put it in the bag, have a cup in the morning, analyze it. It was more robust. It was flavorful. It was hard to decipher really what it was in the beginning. But after a while, I started to really understand that the coffee even more. I started getting back to like loving coffee and understanding the sweetness, the balance of what the coffee was presenting me. And it was really quite amazing. It was from this Mr. Coffee machine. So then that very first day, that Monday, I really thought about that. And then yesterday when I had a fantastic cup, better than a cup that I've had in a while, couple of weeks easily, that I was getting great coffee, good tasting coffee from a Mr. Coffee machine. And I talked to one of my friends who orders for me all the time. And I asked him, what do you do during the week? How do you go about drinking your coffee? I don't think you play around. I mean, if you do, you do. playing around with all the gadgets that I bought you and all that stuff? He said, nah, I just use a Black & Decker. Just use a Black & Decker automatic drip, similar to a Mr. Coffee machine. And I was like, coffee is amazing from it. Yeah, man, buy better coffee. So it got me thinking, got me wondering about specialty coffee, which I jumped to almost instantly. Not instantly, it still took me a while. I, tried different coffees, grocery coffees, started buying coffees all over the world, start participating or getting interested in the Specialty Coffee Association and all that stuff, and really understanding the mission and the goals that they wanted for coffee, to sustain coffee and to make sure that you'll get the best coffee from coffee producers, coffee roasters, purveyors, and all that stuff. You have cupping notes, you have all this stuff to like really get you to communicate this information to your client or your customer. And then I thought about it. The coffee industry, the specialty coffee industry is to an extent whack. It's like you take, let's say, theoretically, the best things about coffee, and you try to strip it, get it away from the things that really don't work. It's like you always try to get better, right? And as you get better, you leave behind the things that you are not good at anymore. Like, for instance, I'm talking right now, and you don't know me from can of paint. I hope you do know me a little bit better than a can of paint. But what I'm saying is that I'm more comfortable in front of a camera now. But I had to leave those bad habits. I had to leave the negativity or the things that I wasn't good at behind. In a coffee industry, or really any industry for the most part, is guilty of that. Is that you always try to get better, right? You always try to strive to make standards something that everybody can strive through. But when you really think about it, the coffee industry, the specialty coffee industry, they don't really care about the coffee industry. Meaning is that they're looking for what is best for coffee. They're looking at highlighting the best things about coffee and leaving everything behind. So what I mean by that is that they leave the things that they perceive to be behind. I'm seeing that. I've done it. I've made fun of the Mr. Coffee machine, automatic drip machine. Like, this is a piece of shit. And that's just as bad as me saying that you're supposed to only drink your coffee black. It's just as bad, because if we truly, really don't understand the things that we're trying to get away from, then we are not much better off. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I love coffee the way I do, that I can express myself, that I can give people something that they can enjoy. And also, and to an extent, what I'm doing now with my YouTube entertainment and also learning. But the thing, when we get back to the roots of it, is that we are failing because we keep trying to get something even better. It's just the same thing that I talk about with coffee, especially coffee people. It's like, they're really not the best clients. I was talking to another coffee professional about this too. Is because they're looking for the chase. I'm always looking for the chase. I'm trying to get a coffee that smells and tastes the way it is. And that's very hard. That's almost impossible, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm always chasing. I'm never looking back. And when you do that, you tend to forget the things that really do push the needle in a way that's more effective for you, for other people, and all that stuff. So let me say this first. I'm going to be the first one to say this. I'm sorry, Mr. Coffee Machine. I'm sorry, Automatic Machine, that I failed you. Fuck the Specialty Coffee Association. If they want to admit that they failed you or not, whatever. They failed you because they didn't realize how magical you are in your own right. How people are happy when they put their coffee in that machine and it spits out something that they can be happy for that moment. And believe it or not, this Brazilian coffee and also the other coffee that I had yesterday had been from the Mr. Coffee Machine. able to extract the loveliness of what this coffee brings. That's the shame. You can actually make good tasting coffee from the Mr. Coffee machine and other items like it. We keep just getting away from it. We always ask, like, all right, what's your daily driver? It would be 60 April Brewer. Oh, I'm a French press guy. So now we're creating the visions. But as soon as somebody says Mr. Coffee machine or whatever else, you look at them like they have shit on their face. And at the end of the day, we still need to come back to the root of it, is that it's the love of coffee. Let's just say that person does make a shitty cup of coffee. Hey, I can make a shitty cup of coffee all day, every day on the pour over with all the gear and all the stuff that I have. The point is that we don't think about how we can make the best cup of coffee with whatever device we have. Everything has drawbacks. Everything has benefits. Everything is not like this golden goose of like really trying to find the thing that we're really trying to find. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to drink coffee. We're just trying to enjoy coffee. So yes, I am sorry. I apologize to you, Mr. Coffee Machine, and others like it. Even you, French Press, I'm sorry that I left you behind, even though I don't like the taste that you bring me in a coffee anymore. Because there's still elements of curiosity. There's still elements of wonder and also elements of like happiness because I'm able to make a cup of coffee that I either enjoy or not. But it doesn't matter because you can still pursue, you can still go after trying to find that cup of coffee. And the thing about it too with specialty coffee is that we're just striving to be better. We're just trying to have standards. Don't get me wrong. You're supposed to have standards. You're supposed to care about what you're doing. You're supposed to understand what that coffee is. But a lot of times we're just trying to understand that coffee. We're not trying to understand the coffee beans and that relation to the coffee maker and how we can probably bring the best out of that coffee. That's the thing that I'm talking about. That's the piss poor attitude or thing that I'm seeing or not seeing from the Specialty Coffee Association. There's good in everything. There's good in these machines. I have found it. I have found what really truly works in this machine. And guess what? It really doesn't matter. Because the person who uses a Mr. Coffee machine, either they care or they don't, but they're just so happy that they're alive and they're making a cup of coffee. Let's celebrate that. Let's not worry about this gear war or this espresso side or I need to have the best water and all that stuff. If you want to, go ahead. But at the end of the day, we have to respect and honor people who are on the journey with us. And if we do that, I think our lives will be a lot better. And I'm not just talking about coffee. If you know what I mean, talking about everything. And that's the thing that I am pissed about, not happy about, that I've thought about this ever since I had that cup of coffee from the Mr. Coffee machine in the garage right now that I've been experimenting, looking at, wondering if it's really, truly possible to enjoy this cup of coffee. And it is. And I was shocked and amazed that it's actually possible to enjoy a cup of coffee from this magical device that I ran from a long time ago. And I'm sure many of you guys have ran away from. It is truly, really possible to enjoy a cup of coffee, even if you don't dial it in the way that I do, the way that we all do, to really try to figure out what we're enjoying, loving about coffee, because everything works. If you really sit down long enough, everything works. So with that being said, what I'm going to be doing once I'm finished with this experiment, putting out a couple more videos, is that I'm going to make an aid, a guide, and I'll put it for sale. I'll tell you right now, if you read it, heard this long enough, is I'm going to put it for sale. I'm going to put it on Etsy or something to help people enjoy their cup of coffee. with the Mr. Coffee machine and other devices like it. You know, they need the love too, but I'm not gonna lie. It's probably best that you do put a good cup of coffee in there because it does help. It does help. Like I said, when I was talking to my friend about this, he was saying, "Hey, okay, let me read what he said. Let me see, because it was really telling. It was really cool." I asked him about measurements and all that stuff, and on the weekend, pretty much every weekend, on the weekdays, we use either the Mocha Pot or AeroPress on the weekends. Okay, they have a Cuisinart 12 cup programmable. Okay, they put 12 to 16 tablespoons of coffee. That's a lot of tablespoons. That's a lot. That's like 50, 60 grams of coffee. 12 cups. That's big boy. That's about almost 2 liters. I know my stuff. I broke that machine down. That machine broke me down too. All right. He says finishes gone in 30 minutes. Kill it, crush it. And then I said, and then he says this, because it's going to be a product that I come out with from Mr. Coffee Machine. Looking forward to that. You don't know what it is, so you'll see. Well, I've been using good coffee in mind ever since I started buying it from you. You read that? Well, I've been using good coffee in mind ever since I started buying it from you. So really, that's the ultimate recipe right there. Don't get me wrong. I think it's best to try to dial it in as much as you can, which I'll give those out in the upcoming video. But it starts with good coffee. So if you are using a Mr. Coffee Machine, find out what good coffee is to you. It may not be mine. It may be something else that you're looking into. But I think really the ultimate recipe really starts with good coffee. Something that you like to drink all the time. If you already have that, then make whatever recipe that you want out of the Mr. Coffee Machine. You should be just fine. But that's the first thing that you really are trying to do. But if you're really trying to dial it in, trying to figure it out from there, then you come to me. I'll give you the information you need in order to do this every single time. Because you can make delicious coffee from a Mr. Coffee Machine. It's magical. It truly is magical. Look at it. This is it right here. It's cooler. It does have it's acidic forward, this Brazilian. But we're gonna see what the TDS is before we get out of here. And let you know what I'm talking about, working with, and all that good stuff. So we got it here. Okay. 2.6. Wow, look at that. It's over extracted a little bit. So, okay. Drip 300, 30, 2.6. So it's over extracted. Yeah, that's why I'm still tasting what I'm tasting a little bit. Yeah. 2.6. I was to over extract that coffee on the Mr. Coffee Machine with its issues of low temperature, mood swings, temperature fluctuations, with a single pour right down the middle, going straight to the middle, mainly over extracting the middle parts of the coffee. I was able to make a cup of coffee that's presentable, that can rival anybody making coffee from any machine, even me doing my pour over thing. That's where magic is happening. That's where it truly, really is. And if we understand the simpleness of what this machine can truly, really give us or do for us, then we're going to be on a better place and understand that we're all in this whole community together. Tribalism, whatever it may be, things that we care about, don't care about. Don't get me wrong. We need to have opinions, standards, and all that good stuff. But let's see if we can really understand somebody's point of view. It's just different. They may have a reason why they like what they like, but it doesn't matter what we think about it. The thing is that they are enjoying coffee the way that they want to enjoy it, and they're happy and they're excited. And hopefully you're excited and happy when you drink your cup of coffee and you want to share it to the world and give out recipes and all that stuff. So I am sorry, Mr. Coffee. I'm sorry, American Auto Drip. I'm truly, really sorry for shaming you and making you feel like dirt, and not realizing that you are magical in your own right. Think about this. You have the best rating out of everybody in the coffee industry. There's a reason why that is the way it is. Probably those people are the ones who really have it figured out. It's like the simplicity, the understanding of what they like in coffee. But again, I do, if you, the ultimate recipe really is, it comes down to good coffee. And good coffee to me means fresh, vibrant, lively. I can decipher what it is. That's balanced in some type of way. No 50-50 here. It just depends on the coffee. But good coffee is what you interpret it to be. What is good coffee to you? That's what we're really trying to get at, to understand. What is good coffee to you? You need to know and understand what good coffee is to you. And once you get there, that's the ultimate recipe. But if you need tweaks and all that stuff, stay tuned for that masterclass. Because it is a masterclass. I'm not done with my experiment yet. I do need to try bigger amounts, larger amounts of coffee. And then we'll go from there. 248, still on the verge. No, I extracted it fine from this machine, but whatever. So amazingness, greatness, and let's just keep this going. So this is me, Oki, Everyday Being, signing out. Hope you got some value from this. Let me know what you think. But this is too far in the game being done at 37 minutes of me asking you what you think, because you're probably tuned out anyway. So talk to you later. Bye.